pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Go. 120! Bring it!
On first down, Wentz. And he will find his man on the outside. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
First down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run the counter. Golden. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check three. 5-7.
On second down now. Golden. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Straight 15. What's that?
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. He was looking for Parker that time. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Check. 80 weapon. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I got you. I got you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
4th and 1.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Alert 3. 25. Check 25. Check 25. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming.
They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
And to give this time to the tailback. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Check 9, check 9.
Topper!
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
He wasn't ready.
3rd and 1.
Set up. 50 plant.
Mike's 59. Squeeze, double up. Wide.
Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, every day.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Completes it to Coleman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Gain of 14. And the Dolphins 1st down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1.
Let's go. Do it. Go. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. Waiting. Record.
From the 41, Wentz. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Wentz now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Waiting. No.
Kill.
On 2nd down, Golden. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw, it's Wentz. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. 23 yards for the touchdown. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Check 3, check 3.
Hustle, hustle. Check 13. Check 13. You're out. Check 37. Check 37.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Push him back. 57.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Charles, what a slacker. 5 sacks last week. Took him all the way to the second quarter to get one here in this one.
And just think about all the planning that went into this game to try and keep him from getting to the quarterback. After 1 quarter, maybe they exhaled and thought, hey, we've got this. Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Sunday. Hey, Charlie, we ain't giving him nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2nd and 9 now. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
They'll drop to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, man. Hey, orbit. Let's get it.
2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throw caught here by Bird. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
18 Gator. Hey, Alpha.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 50.
He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
8-3, 61, matchbox lights.
Watch the edge.
Check, check, lucky.
Check 24, check 24.
They go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yes.
Now back to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wentz now on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2.
Hey, Mike's 50,
Wentz going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
The defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Watch the block, motion, block. Mike 50.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike 43.
You won't see me in your nightmares, son.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
I got him.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18.
Right there, 54, right there. 50.
Hey, team 6.
Mike 54. 54.
Looking to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Jets on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough third and 18.
Hey, watch that.
Five.
54. Mike 54. And let's get this. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check safety.
Hey, Sam off.
Watch the shit.
5.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Just like that.
Bravo.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. 65. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And they will not be able look up there. It's incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
There we go. Back. Waiting. Grip. No.
They'll run on first down. Golden. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Golden. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Wentz. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Coming to you.
5'9".
57's Mike. Mike 57. Here we go, D.
What's this?
Come again.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Slam.
On first down, Golden. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
43's the Mike. 43's
Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Box drop.
Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Run. 57. Mike, 57. Here we go, G. 57 to Mike.
Now.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
I'm coming. Switch. Kill.
Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
It's a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 120.
All that, baby, all that. Switch.
Hey, kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Golden. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Wentz. And this is Parker, complete. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Check. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 15.
Big grip.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Kill. Turn up.
Hey, lock it.
Kill. Turn up. Check. Crunch.
Now. Hey, Haywood.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw, and the pressure gets to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Is a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180.
Check. 53's Mike. He's tired of you.
And they take a knee.
Wentz on the keeper.
Go. 280.
Two times. Hey, 4 down.
And they will take a knee here.
Wentz on the keeper.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Miami, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside Charles.